Oh, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. His background is in Greco-Roman wrestling. Standing 5 feet 5 inches tall, he weighed in officially 125 1/2 pounds. As a professional, he brings a record that stands at 5 victories and 3 defeats. From Barcelona, Spain, here is Paul, El Emperador Marin. And next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. A mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in 125 3/4 pounds and brings a perfect record after 3 bouts, 3 victories, and no defeats. Fighting out of South Shields, England, by way of Bangladesh, here is Shaj Superman Haque. Referee in charge of the action, Rico Mitchell.
And referee Rich Mitchell about to get us underway here. 3 5-minute rounds in the Cage Warriors flyweight division. Shaj Haque in the black and red, Paul Marin in the black and white. And Josh, this has all the promise of a fantastic scrap.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see where this one plays out. You know, as you often see with two guys who have phenomenal wrestling, it can sometimes cancel each other out on their feet. And it's Marin in with the early takedown, and Haque looking straight away for a guillotine. Little loose on that one, though.
Well, Paul Marin is known for being such a dynamic wrestler. He's a master of transitions and reversals.
Yeah, I mean, what tends to make him so unpredictable is what he does on the way to the ground and as soon as he hits the ground. There's no transition time at all. It's boom, straight into some sort of explosive bridge or twist or turn. It's so hard for your opponent to predict.
There was a nice knee to the body there from Paul Marin, grinding Haque up against the cage now. Bit of a taste of his own medicine for Shaj Haque.
Yeah, it's going to be, as I said, it's just going to be interesting to see how his game plan plays out, but he's looking for the double leg here.
Great defense, fantastic balance from Marin, but he does eventually go down with the single.
Good single leg pickup on that high crotch from Shaj Haque, and he's earned himself side control here. Bit of knee on belly. He is. Oh, and there's the bridge from Marin.
Josh, we talked about that so much this week. Those bridging reversals from Paul Marin, and what you also have to watch out for from Marin as well is the big right hand on the break. He's known to let that one go, and he's hurt guys with it before.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of his wins have come by way of TKO, and that's really it. I mean, it's one thing to try and put the guy on the ground. You've just got to try and keep him there, and that's another ball game entirely.
Marin grinding away again now.
Don't forget, guys, you can follow us on Twitter, hashtag CWFC Jordan. Let us know what you think about the show tonight.
Do love our social media interaction on these Cage Warriors events. It's always great to hear what our fans are thinking about the action in the cage. And there's going to be a lot of action here tonight in Amman, Jordan. We can guarantee you that. So
Paul Marin with the guard. He's choosing not to close it, though, looking to open and be attacking, looking for his grips.
Nice straight left, though, through the gap from Shaj Haque.
I mean, we often say this about 125ers, but they haven't stopped moving yet, have
they? Real perpetual motion in the cage at the moment from these two fantastic flyweights. Another nice knee to the body there from Paul Marin. He's landed a few of those now. We're going to have to see if those add up as the fight goes on.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting to see the striking in the transition. And a great throw off the headlock there, not able to secure the position, but a worthy effort nonetheless.
And we're back up against the fence. Paul Marin grinding away. Shaj Haque fighting him every step of the way. Shaj looking for a takedown of his own now, looking to connect those hands behind the legs of Paul Marin, take him off balance and scoop him up for a big takedown.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I think the difference perhaps between these two, they've both got great wrestling, but I think it's the shots and the striking in the transition that's separating Paul Marin from Shaj Haque here. Although Haque, I have to say, is having the better of the dominant positions on the ground.
Marin doing a good job of using the fence to get back to his feet there, showing great balance, defending that takedown with just the 1 foot on the floor for most of the time.
I'm not too sure what the submission game of Paul Marin is like. I know Shaj Haque is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, but a good single leg there from him as he runs the pipe, turns the corner very, very nicely indeed.
And a nice left hand to follow up, staying very active as Shaj. A nice elbow there on the left-hand side. Shaj looking to posture up, put a little bit more zip behind those strikes.
Knee shield for Paul Marin now, and Haque just, well, there you see again, it's the bridge and the reversal from Paul Marin.
Nice knee to the head there, and the transitions and reversals from Paul Marin really are absolute another level. A nice left hand there from Haque.
Those double overs is, you think you're safe in those positions, but there comes a great, it's almost a lateral drop from Paul Marin.
And we saw him use that to such good effect against Paul McVeigh. Hit that lateral drop a couple of times in that fight.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say with the double overhooks. He threw a front suplex off double overhooks, which is just, you know, an insane throw to contemplate. But Shaj Haque looking for a triangle armbar combination off the bottom here, just a little loose.
Marin retreating to safety there and coming back with a couple of big right hands.
Yeah, this is the first time we've really seen Haque on his back in this round. And you can see he doesn't quite have the explosive escape nature that Paul Marin does. A bit more comfortable to try the jiu-jitsu on the ground.
I'd say that very few people have that explosive ability of Paul Marin in this flyweight division, Josh. He really is a unique fighter when it comes to the explosive reversals, the bridges, the transitions. Definitely in another class than a lot of flyweights. But Shaj Haque is giving him a run for his money here in this 3 5-minute round contest.
Smart by Shaj Haque in these final 10 seconds to take a knee.
Stay off his head. Understand? Time.
Rich Mitchell calling time out there. There was a knee to a downed opponent. Of course, any more than 2 points of contact with the ground makes you a downed opponent.
I don't think it was intentional.
Not intentional. Rich Mitchell just giving a warning there. Shaj is fine, and we're going to restart the action. Attempted kicks to the body there from Marin. Left hand from Haque, and that first round is in the books. And a lot of action to go through there, Josh.
Yeah, there really was. I don't think our replay guys are going to be too short of things to show you. It's going to be a tough one for the judges to score. I mean, really, I think it was Haque who had the better of the wrestling and the better of the dominant positions, but neither guy really established too much until Paul Marin was able to secure that top position at the end. Here you see the initial takedown and scramble. I'd be really interested to see that throw from the headlock that Marin threw as well. And here you're going to see just what happens when he bridges to escape as Haque goes for knee on belly.
Just incredible use of leverage there from Paul Marin. And this kid really is a human highlight reel.
Yes, we say 125ers are so dynamic anyway, but even more so is Paul Marin.
Do not forget, we are back with a huge show in Newcastle on December 7th. Tickets will be available soon.
Yeah,
this event here in Jordan made possible by our sponsors London Fight Store and Kia. Check them out online as we start this second round of flyweight action. Marin taking the centre of the cage, firing off a couple of leg kicks to keep Haque guessing.
They almost seem a little arbitrary at start, those kicks, but we'll see what he can put together here. Let's see how long it takes Haque to start shooting again.
And Marin there throwing that big right, didn't connect, but he does get the takedown off it.
Yeah, very, very quick was Marin in on lowering his level, turning the corner, and looking for the butterfly sweep. Was Haque not able to really take his opponent too much to one side, though?
You can see what the defensive jiu-jitsu game of Haque is like.
Well, he nearly scored it, but he ended up really giving the pass to Marin, and Haque is forced to retreat to the cage.
Nice little knee there on the way up. And you don't want to be in this position with Paul Marin in close quarters. Right in Marin's wheelhouse. The takedown from Haque there.
Yeah, it's a question of what can he do with it now. Can he stop Marin getting back to his feet? I mean, at the moment he's got to concentrate so hard on holding Marin's hips that he's not going to have too much chance to really put much more offense together.
Marin trying to use the cage there to get back to his feet. It's interesting, Josh, historically we see fighters on the bottom try to get away from the cage. Now we're seeing them use it as a tool to stand up a lot more. Yeah,
it really is. It's an essential part of the game now. A lot of fights spend prolonged periods of time against the cage, and you know, it can be a help or a hindrance depending on how much time you spend training with it.
Another nice knee to the body there from Paul Marin. He's scoring that regularly.
Nice grip from Marin, cross-gripping all the way through to the elbow to allow a couple of right hands in, and there's a huge lateral drop.
Really is an absolute joy to watch when he's letting rip with these throws, Josh.
Yeah, but he's let Haque return to his knees again, and Haque is immediately in on a takedown. There's no real downtime for either of these guys, is there?
Haque now applying pressure against the cage. As these flyweights jockey for position. Marin throwing the knee again. Series of knees from Paul Marin. Blocked by Haque, though. They're not really finding a home, hitting the arms and the gloves.
No, but this is really starting to become the telling. Oh, and he throws a drop Seho. Drop Nagi from Paul Marin. It's somewhat of a dangerous technique. You give your back in the process, but it's worked out very well for him indeed here.
And it speaks volumes to the confidence of Paul Marin that he's able to let rip with throws like that.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, I think that the real... Oh, triangle transition from Shaj Haque, though. If he can force the right arm of Marin out from between his legs, Marin's going to do everything he can to drive that right arm back through. He either wants to have both arms inside the legs of Haque or both outside. One of each, as he is in now, can cause some trouble.
Paul Marin needs to be very careful in this position, Josh.
Oh, and able to power his way out of this.
Marin going for a knee straight up the middle, but it's Haque applying the pressure yet again on the cage, looking for that single leg.
Yeah, but sorry, as we've said a few times, you know, the real difference between these two guys in these positions is that Marin is landing a few strikes here and there in those clinches. He's landing particularly those knees and the occasional punch. You know, they may be finding the guard, but they're shots nonetheless. And I think that's what Shaj Haque's really going to have to start to build into his game once he starts moving on. I mean, of course, only 3 pro fights, so still very young in his career.
Absolutely, it's still a learning experience this for Shaj Haque, but the fact that he's gone up against opponents with a considerable experience disadvantage before and come out on top speaks volumes for him. And as you say, Josh, again, it's Paul Marin landing those shots here and there. They're going to add up as this fight wears on.
Yeah, Marin in with the double leg pick up. Haque immediately again looking on the guillotine. You can see him sit up to try and really get a lot higher on the back of the neck, and he's just cinching this a little bit tighter.
Applying pressure there, but Marin able to get out. And now Marin landing some big chops from the top. A nice elbow came down there and a couple of right hands to follow. Oh, a big elbow misses from Paul Marin. Nearly went straight through the cage floor there.
Cool, if that had found its way through, that would have done some damage. But Shaj Haque again finding his way back to the cage and able to scramble back to his feet.
Keeping one hand on the floor to prevent those knees to the head. Good awareness there from Haque. Marin trying to lift him.
Oh, and this is pure Greco. The body lock and the throw.
Wow.
I mean, that actually is a position in Greco-Roman wrestling that you start from one person with the body lock and you literally see guys lift the other one up and throw them, just as Paul Marin did there.
Some real power and torque from Paul Marin as we end that second round.
Well, a bit more urgency from Paul Marin throughout that second round, a few more high-amplitude throws, and I think getting the better of Shaj Haque as momentum starting to swing, perhaps.
Well, Paul Marin knows that a win here is very, very important for his future in Cage Warriors. As we said, he is coming off the back of 2 losses, albeit neither performance that he should be particularly disappointed about, but 2 losses nonetheless. Paul has been asking for a fight here on Cage Warriors for some time now. He's very eager to get back in and put that loss to Neil Siri behind him, and it looks like he's doing that today against Shaj Haque.
Pick up the ice. I can't do it with my gloves.
Both guys showing the signs of the frantic pace we've seen so far in this fight, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, it's so dynamic, and these prolonged periods against the cage, it doesn't look like there's perhaps a whole lot going on. You know, these guys are working the whole time. Every muscle is grinding against your opponent, and just because there isn't too much obvious movement doesn't mean there isn't effort being applied, and it really does start to drain you, that kind of work rate.
It's perhaps difficult to understand for people who haven't grappled before, but it speaks volume to the fitness of these 2 men. As we start this third and final round, Marin kicking to the body. He's been on the receiving end of some nasty body kicks in his career, now he's dishing them out. Haque comes back with a right hand though. Marin closing the distance. Oh, the beautiful elbow from in close, followed by an uppercut.
Yeah, that shot in close was very nice from Marin. Just separated a bit, created just enough space to sneak that right elbow through.
And again, he comes in with that short right uppercut. Scoring points here is Paul Marin. Just under 1 minute gone in this third and final round here at Cage Warriors Fight Night 9 in Amman, Jordan. We thank you for joining us on our live Facebook stream ahead of tonight's main card, which will air live around the world. Marin has Shaq backed up on the fence now. Head kick goes up, doesn't land.
Yeah, Marin's doing a good job of pushing forward here, but I like the tie clinch from Shaj Haque. It's the first time we've seen him put that kind of offense together in this fight.
As you said, he comes from a kickboxing background. We've not really seen much of it in this fight. Marin with a few nice straight kicks. Knee didn't land there. And it's Marin now shutting down the offense of Shaj Haque.
Yeah, I think just starting to really get the better periods of control against the cage, just starting to wear on the man from South Shields.
Shaj's corner calling for him to put his foot on the gas in this final round. He's going to need a finish, you would think, at this point, Josh.
I mean, it's you know, it's still going to be very close, that first round, but you know, there's still a fair bit to go here in the third, and Marin is the one taking a lot of the control here.
Shaj was briefly looking for that plum clinch again, didn't get it. And Marin now tying him up on the fence. Swing and a miss there from Shaj Haque.
And notice that neither fighter has particularly attempted any takedowns in this round. It's been a much more of a striking, particularly a clinch striking
Oh, Marin
exchange.
looking a little tired here, looking a little lethargic, still coming forward with punches though. Wild swing from Haque there. And Shaj Haque's corner saying that he hurt Paul Marin with that shot. Trying to cajole a little bit of action out of him. He's going to need to put some work in here in the third round. But at the moment, it's Paul Marin asserting dominance up against the cage.
Oh, nice grip from Marin. He's moved to a 2-on-1 briefly. Again, wizard control, but Haque is now looking for that single.
Great balance there to defend for Paul Marin. A knee missed by a whisker there from Paul Marin. Oh, it's the left hand from Haque landed.
Oh, and Haque scores the takedown as Marin closed for the knee, closing the distance himself. And top position with 1.5 minutes to go here for Shaj Haque.
We're going to have to see something special, you would think, here from Shaj at this point in the fight.
Well, he needs to really start trying to land with some damage or progress his position. But of course, if Paul Marin's got any kind of explosion left in the tank, it's going to be hard to keep him here.
And you've got to think that he has. He's always able to pull something out. He went a very hard 3 rounds with Paul McVeigh and was still in the fight up until the last bell, Josh.
Yeah, Haque looking to smother that top leg. Needs to try and sprawl out that knee that Marin is using on his hips.
Well, credit to Shaj Haque, who's certainly not capitulated, but Marin with the reversal, and now Marin takes the back.
Yeah, and looking to just spin his man as he moves to a side wedge position. Haque again retreating to the cage. We've seen this position several times from him.
Marin with some short chopping shots.
You can see Marin bearing all his weight down on his opponent here. Staying glued very, very tight to his hips and his upper back. And he's not going to make it easy for Haque to get back to his feet here.
20 seconds to go in this flyweight contest. Paul Marin asserting pressure against the cage, pressing all his weight into Haque.
There's a lot of grip fighting going on in these clinches. It's going to be very hard for you to see from some of the camera angles, but these guys are grabbing control of each other's wrists.
And a big knee from
all
Shaj
the
Haque there. And this one is in the books, Josh. A fantastic flyweight contest fought there between Paul Marin and Shaj Haque.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a very different third round than we saw from the previous two. Very little in the way of the wrestling. A lot of striking, a lot of clinch fighting, and you got to feel that Paul Marin perhaps came off slightly better as he lands a brilliant front kick to the face of Shaj Haque in that replay.
Echoes of Anderson Silva, Vita Belfort with that kick, Josh. Impressive performance from both these flyweights.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 rounds really was just a whole host of various wrestling, judo, different grappling throws. I mean, really exciting for the crowd here, but we are going to go to a judge's decision, and you know, it is a tough one for them to open the Facebook card with here tonight.
It's a terrifying prospect trying to take Paul Marin down, because he can reverse you in mid-air at the drop of a hat.
It's not even
it
just
really must keep people guessing.
You've got to hold him down as well, and that really is just a tough ask for anyone, I think.
And as we wait for our judges to tally the scorecards, we'd like to remind you to check out our sponsors, London Fight Store and Kia. Also, don't forget, if you're on social media this evening, the hashtag CWFC Jordan, as we throw this one to Joe Martinez to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards, and here are the judges' totals. Both Sledge and Oglesby have it 30-27. Judge Leatherby, 29-28. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision, Paul El Empalador Marin.
And a hard-fought and well-deserved victory for Paul Empalador Marin there. Commiserations, obviously, to Shaj Haque, but an impressive performance in defeat for the young man from Sunderland. A fantastic way for Paul Marin to get his Cage Warriors career back on track.